Thanks for giving us the opportunity of introducing Matsa Resources to you. We are, of course, a smaller junior company aspiring to be a long-term producer, but currently producing. Disclaimer is required. So to introduce the company, Matsa Resources, code's MAT. We've got about 176 million shares out on issue, which I think you'll all agree is a very low number of shares. We've got about 13 million options, predominantly to directors and to staff. So fully diluted basis, we're about 190 million shares. So that certainly, I think, assists in any success that we have, that you'll have a very good increase in the share price. Importantly, our share price today is a dismal 13.5 cents. Extremely disappointing, but that's where we are in this market. But hence the opportunity for new players to come in. Our market cap is circa $23-25 million at these current prices, and I hope to be able to prove to you that that is erroneously cheap, and we will certainly try and endeavour to fix that in the near term. We've got cash and liquid investments of about $8 million. We're well funded for a company, especially with $23 million market cap. Top 20 shareholders control 52% of the company. You'll note that I'm number 4 shareholder. I'm probably one of the larger individual shareholders, so I think it's fair to say that I put my money where my mouth is, and I'm certainly chasing this company for a long time. We've got a well-diverse and experienced board of directors. So I'll put it to you, why look at Matsa? Why invest in Matsa? And it's simple. We're busy and we're moving. Now, it's a very easy thing to say, but let's try and prove it. I think the batteries are about to die on this. There we are. So what have we done in the last 18 months? Well, we really transformed the company from a company that was looking for nickel in the Fraser Range and did not succeed into a gold explorer, come currently today a producer. And we did that by acquiring the Lake Kerry project. Lake Kerry project contained several mines, the Fortitude gold mine, which started off from scratch by Matsa, the Red October gold mine, which we recently acquired, and the Red Dog mine, which was a project, and we put that into production at the beginning of last month, in September. And we are currently producing ore, and we expect to make some quite good profits. So that's what we did the last 18 months. What are we going to do this year? What are we going to do for the 2018 financial year? Well, we've completed the trial mine at Fortitude. That gave us a lot of information and it was very good for us. We've commenced mining at the Red Dog project, and I'll talk about that in a minute. We will commence mining at Red October, or certainly attempt to. We are aiming to start mining at Red October towards the end of this year, and I think that'll be a turning point for our company. We'll explore. We currently are exploring. We've been drilling now for about 6 odd weeks. We're waiting for results to come through, and we're continually drilling, and the plan is that we will drill non-stop going forward. So how are we going to do that? Well, our pathway to success is our cash balance. We've got about $9 million, probably about 7.5, 8 today, because we've invested in Red Dog and we haven't received any income for that yet. But we will do 10th of November. We've got a $3 million debt facility, but that's not repayable until July next year, and it's extendable. So we'll continue to develop our assets and mine those assets. Our projects are all in Western Australia. We do have some assets in Thailand, but they're exploration projects, and we're not going to go far with those. But more importantly, we'll focus on our gold. And we've been able to develop over the last 18 months about 470,000 ounces of gold. I'll draw your attention to the grade of those ounces. They are all good quality, almost all economic grade type values. Certainly not all of it will be turned into a reserve, but we will certainly look at converting those when we can. So at the moment, they're indicated and inferred resources. Lake Kerry is our project, 600 odd square kilometres. We are surrounded by high quality gold mines. To the north of us, Anglo Gold Ashanti Sunrise Dam. Slightly further north than that, Goldfields Granny Smith Mine, Wallaby, Jubilee. To the south, there are some good mines as well. So our ground is south of Laverton, about 70 kilometres, and extends for over 604 square kilometres. Our trial mine that we started late last year and finished in April of this year was in the true sense, a trial mine for a stage 2 part, which I'll quickly talk about. In essence, what we did is we mined the oxide component, and that all went to Anglo Gold Ashanti under an ore purchase agreement. The trial mine was very important for us because what it told us is that a relationship with Anglo Gold is very strong. In fact, the trial mine led us to have a MOU signed off with Anglo Gold, where we are sharing facilities, sharing exploration data, and also sharing R&D and techniques for exploration. So what it proved is that both partners can work together. It also meant that there's a priority for our ore that we produce going to Anglo Gold Sunrise Dam. So we get all the economies of scale of a 4 million tonne per annum plant without the headaches or without the risk that gets associated with that. We're also able to prove that the ore from Fortitude was not deleterious to the Sunrise plant. So our trial mine was very small in comparison to the actual proposed mine. We hope to get this mine up and running early next year. It is dependent to the gold price. We are looking for a $1,750 per ounce Australian gold price before this goes into production. Very interestingly enough, there is opportunities there for us perhaps to build our own mill. It's 340 thousand ounces in resource. If we had our own mill that was next door to this resource, the reserve that could come out of this could be substantially higher than what we're anticipating if it goes elsewhere. Interest of saving time, stage 2 open pit mine, we're looking for a 40,000 ounce per annum operation. Hence, I think there's growth potential in our share price if that happens. But more importantly, Lake Kerry itself is a fantastic place to explore. Mike Erickson, the Vice President in Australia for Anglo Gold, said this is the hottest gold property for exploration in Australia. I agree with him entirely. The predominant area that's poorly explored is the lake area, too difficult, too expensive to explore in the past. Modern techniques with the lake rigs makes it a lot cheaper for us to do it. Still more expensive than conventional land-based drilling, but it's affordable. We hope to get substantial success out of this. That means potential for extending our current resources. It also means the opportunity of increasing the opportunity of building our own mill at Fortitude. So where have we done the exploration? We've done it predominantly in the lakes, BE1 straight through to BE4. Beginning of this year, we did 10,000 metres or just under of air core. We did 5 RC holes, but predominantly we've concentrated at BE1, where we've got a 750 metre gold anomaly. Our air core gave us grades up to 17 grams a tonne. Mainly, there was a main hole of 21 metres at 1.84 grams per tonne. We put a few diamond holes around that area. We intersected quartz veining, and presto, we saw some visible gold. It got us very, very excited. Sadly, that vein was quite narrow, 8 centimetres, but it tells us there's gold in the system. So we are spending a little bit of time here trying to understand what we've got, and we'll resume drilling there in the near term. Ditto with Lake Kerry, Fortitude North. This is 4 kilometres north of our Fortitude gold mine. We intersected another interesting air core intercept, 26 metres at 1.95 grams a tonne, which included 2 metres at 15 grams a tonne. We've recently done 5 RC holes around this, and we're waiting to understand the results there. We are further in the air core drilling in that location, and we expect those results to come to hand in the near term. So we've got exploration happening in the area, which I think adds further excitement to the actual company. The Red Dog Gold Project, we purchased this project probably about 18 months ago. Mark Czar was predominantly behind this. He's out in the audience, so it's a big credit to him for putting this mine together. He put this mine together in 9 months. That's from acquisition to JORC drilling to resource drilling, mine plan design, grade control, and getting us to mine, selecting the contractors, haulage contractors across the board. So this mine is a very small mine, very short-term mine. Mine only goes for about 8 weeks, but it's an extremely sweet mine. It should make us about $5.4 million in 9 weeks. Very small mine. A lot of people can't believe we're wasting our time. $5 million, I'm happy to waste a lot of time. It's a very flat-lying, shallow ore body. We've got no idea what's underneath it, So as soon as we finish mining this, it gives us a fair bit of capital to keep on playing in the area. Red October is our flagship project. Well, I think it will in the future. I noted with comment Westgold. I'm a shareholder of Westgold, incidentally. Westgold seem to be able to pick up old assets that aren't loved so much, and they make a lot of money out of it. Northern Star did the same with Poulson's. Well, why can't Matsa do the same with Red October? I think we will. We purchased this project for $2 million last year. We are spending a fair bit of time and effort determining the future viability. We had a magnificent 3-hour directors meeting this afternoon, and I can tell you we're very, very confident that this will recommence mining, and I'm hoping it'll be doing it this year. Now, there's not much left to this year, but I think that's what's going to happen. The Red October gold mine's down to 550 metres. We've spent a lot of time and effort to keep this completely dry. So right now, this is mine ready. We can go down to the lowest level. It's completely dry. All of the pumps are in situ. All of the ventilations are in situ. They're all owned by Matsa Resources. Came with a 68-person camp. We own that outright. And we intend re-entering it in the near term. What's of interest to us, there is 85,000 ounces at 13.6 grams per tonne in its resource. We've identified 121 different areas where we believe we can mine within this one mine. We are confident that there's at least 18 areas that can be mined in the near term, and that's exactly what we're concentrating on. As soon as we get this put together, we'll declare a reserve, and away we'll go mining here as well. I come back to the Red Dog mine. It's only $5 million profit. But for a small company with market cap of $23 million, that means we don't have to issue any shares. There's no dilution to our shares to put the Red October gold mine into production. So I challenge you, if we are producing 20, 30,000 ounces from Red October, what market cap is that going to give us as a company? Do your own mathematics. I'm not allowed to tell you what I think it's going to be. There is significant upside on top of that 85,000 ounces. We've identified no less than about 10 areas where we think with some extra drilling, we will find more resource. Personally, I think this mine could be our Poulson's mine. I think this mine, once we start mining it, it is a narrow-veined, quartz-hosted, high-grade gold mine. I think we'll keep on following the veins forever. Well, I'd like to think that anyway. Not only do we have underground upside potential, we've got a substantial amount of near mine surface potential. We've identified 4 targets within 5 kilometres of the mine. We're seeing grades like 2.49 grams, 3.2 grams at Causeway. This is Saracen's historic drilling. 4.6 grams is reported from Treasure Island. We hope to start drilling here in the next 2 months. Hopefully, we will find more gold, and we will continue to grow the company. With exploration success will come success in our share price. I am hopeful that 13 cents will be a historical low for us and that we're on our way up. So Lake Kerry, it's a fantastic place to be. We're not the only ones that are saying that. I love to quote my favourite quote from Jim Carrey, Dumb and Dumber. I like it a lot. In all, there's a lot of value drivers in Matsa, and I hope to see you on board. Thank you very much.